How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good? All right. My name is Larry Dawson. Obviously, you've already heard that. So, as we come here today, some people would say that it's a miracle that I'm standing up here talking to you. Some people would say there's no way in hell I'm supposed to be up here talking to you. Some people would say it was a fluke. Some people would say that they don't understand how did this happen. But I say that this was my destiny. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. That I was built for this. That everything that's ever happened to me in my life has prepared me for this situation and to put me in a situation to be able to speak to you. Just like last week I spoke in front of hundreds of people, and next week I'll do the same thing. We'll get back to why I said all of that in a little bit. When I am brought in to speak, I always write my own speeches and I name them. The name of today's speech is Becoming the Best You. So, we're going to talk about some things that could lead you to becoming the best you. So, first thing is letting go of the past. That sounds really easy, doesn't it?
No.
Let go of the past. But it's not, is it? No. See, we all like to hold on to the past, which stops us from being able to progress and go forward. So let me give you a quick scenario. When you're on a boat, what holds a boat still? The anchor, the past. That boat's in the water, throws its anchor in the ground. That anchor grabs a hold of the ground, and now the boat can't go anywhere. It can drift around like a little circle here and there, but it can't actually go anywhere because it's anchored down. So that's what your past is. It's like an anchor. It will anchor you down where you cannot move forward. You cannot progress because you're stuck, anchored to the ground. You can just float around little circles as far as you can go, but you can't actually really go forward unless you decide to let the past go. By reaching down and pulling that anchor up and putting it back on the boat so that boat can go forward. That's your past. It might have been something that happened to you as a kid. Might have been something that happened to you in school. It might have been something here at work. 2 weeks ago, your boss might have got on you about something you were supposed to do, and you didn't like the tone in which they said it to you. So now you held a grudge from 2 weeks ago, the past, and now you're turning in your reports late, now you got a snobby attitude, now you're not doing things you should be doing. But who is that really hurting? You. That's really hurting you. Because you can't let go of the past to move forward. It could be something from when you was a kid all the way to something that happened last week. But yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. To move forward and have progress and success and be happy, you have to let go of the past. When you go home today, every one of you are going to get in your car and drive home. When you go home, you cannot drive home looking through the rearview mirror. You just can't do it. You have to look through the windshield, which is the future. The now is you sitting in the car driving. The past is the rearview mirror. The future is the window that you're looking out of going forward. The only time you should use that rearview mirror is to check maybe see how close someone is to you or if you're going to change lanes. That's what the past should be, a reference guide. If you made a mistake, it should be a reference guide for you to be able to check so you don't make the same mistake again. It should be a reference guide for you to check if you did something that was successful so you know that something works and you can do that again. So to truly move forward and to have success, you have to let go of the past. Unbind yourself of that anchor and those chains and allow yourself to be free and whole and move forward. The past is a prison. Do not imprison yourself. Number 2. Here we go. Are you really tired? People say to me all the time, I'm tired. I'm tired, I had a long day, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing people say they're tired. Aren't you tired of being overweight? Aren't you tired of not having enough money? Aren't you tired of complaining? Aren't you tired of your life, your friendship, your work, your relationships not being where they're supposed to be? Everything in your life not being on point? You not being the best you? Everything in your life is not living up to the potential because you're complaining about being tired? Everything we do starts in your mind. Right? Every single thing. Your body does what your mind tells it to do. So if you are constantly saying, I'm tired, you wake up in the mornings, I'm tired. You're talking to your friends, I'm tired. You're at work, I'm tired. What do you think your body's going to follow and be? Tired. Your mind is telling you, you're tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. Your body's becoming tired because your mind is telling it to be tired, so your body is following what your mind is telling it. So try this, to flip that mindset and to start telling yourself, I got this. Erase the thoughts of I'm tired, because we all have our moments when we don't quite have that 100%. But so what if you only got 90%? Tell yourself, I got this. And you will be able to, because your body will follow what your mind tells it to do. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
When you get up in the mornings, do not start off by talking about how tired you are. I got this. I can do this. One more part of that. There's a separate part to this. See, our bodies are like premium vehicles. Our bodies run off of food. Just like a premium vehicle runs off of premium fuel. When you go buy a premium vehicle, go right now to the dealership and buy you a brand new Corvette. They're going to tell you, this is a premium vehicle, this takes premium fuel. But if you go to the gas station and you put regular unleaded in it, that premium vehicle you bought no longer is going to run like a premium vehicle. It is going to start to sputter, and it is not going to perform correctly. And when you take it back to the dealership and you tell them, my car's not performing, this is a premium vehicle, they're going to say to you, you've been putting regular unleaded in a premium vehicle. We told you it takes premium fuel only. Your body is the same way. Your body is going to run off of the fuel you put in it, the food you put in it. If you are putting cheeseburgers and honey buns and cakes and BS in your body is going to sputter and not perform properly because you are running off of bad fuel. If you would simply change some of your eating habits and put healthier things in your body and make sure that you are hydrated properly, your body will run at its optimal level. So think about that the next time you go to put something bad in your body. The way your body is going to respond to that, and the way that that is going to have an effect on the way your body operates. Are you really tired? Or is it just a mindset thing? And is it just a food thing? Think about that. Number 3. The definition of a hypocrite. Does anyone in this room know what a hypocrite is? What is the definition of a hypocrite?
I think it's essentially somebody who can speak something but don't act on their speech. So a person doesn't walk into what they're actually speaking.
Yeah, a hypocrite is someone that criticizes others, but then also does the same thing. So you're going around talking and preaching about stuff you don't like and talking about others, but yet you do the same thing, the same behaviors. So that's real. I appreciate everybody being real. That's a step to change. That's a step to real change. How many of you in this room are guilty of talking bad about one of your coworkers because they put on the phone too much, they gossip too much, they're not doing their work when they should be, they took their break too long? But then how many of y'all are guilty for doing the same thing? But you're quick to judge the other for doing it, but not yourself. Right? So let me show you something. Self-check yourself before you check anyone else. Talking bad about other people or what they're doing wrong doesn't change anything. What do you even care what other people do? It should only matter what you do. I tell people this all the time, that they need to self-check themselves. And I tell them to do that by simply doing something very simple. To go and take a long, hard look in the mirror. And I'm not talking about when you go in the mirror and you're making sure your hair is right, or you're shaving, or your shirt looks good, or how you look, because then you're looking at superficial stuff. I'm talking about looking in the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. Look into your soul. And ask yourself, who am I? What am I doing with my life? And how can I become a better version of myself? What are the bad habits that I can stop doing? And how can I take myself to the next level? And if you're being a hypocrite, that's one of the main things you need to change. Stop criticizing other people and worry about what other people are doing and what other people, Stop it. Let it go. And think about what you're doing wrong and what you can do better and how you can change yourself to be better. How you can stop those patterns. If you're talking about other people and you don't like what they're doing, then change what you're doing, because you can't change them, but you can change you. Start your day off right. So, let me explain what I mean by start your day off right. Don't wake up first thing in the morning and grab that cell phone and jump on social media. That is the absolute worst thing you can do, period. Do not wake up in the morning and grab that cell phone and go on social media. That is the first mistake of the day, and that has already set a spiral of bad events about to come your way. Start your day off right. Start your day off positive. Start your day off in the right direction. Watch this. Before you go to sleep, the night before you go to sleep, night before you start your day off, write down a list of goals for the next day. 10 goals. Simple goals. They don't even have to be nothing crazy. Simple little goals that you want to accomplish the next day. And hold yourself accountable. I personally don't watch TV, but I'm not crazy. I know that everyone watches TV pretty much. Everybody has got a favorite show that they watch probably, right? Hold yourself accountable. Say to yourself, if I don't check every single one of these off of my list tomorrow, I will not allow myself to watch my favorite show. That is my punishment. Check this out. When you wake up in the morning, this is the first thing you can do. Get up and make your bed. Why? Well, what's not so important for? Here's why. Because when you make your bed, you've already accomplished one goal. So as soon as you get up and you make your bed, guess what? You've already started your day off on the right path. Because you've already checked one goal off. You made your bed. You immediately have started your day on the right path by chopping a goal off your list. Take 5 minutes in the morning to clear your mind. Instead of scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, take 5 minutes to clear your mind and visualize those 10 goals that you wrote on that list of what you would like to accomplish for that day and where you would like to see yourself go and what you would like to see yourself do for that day. And visualize how good your day is going to go. Those simple, quick little changes will start your day off right and change your mind and your attitude by not telling yourself you're tired, by not procrastinating, by staying off of social media, by checking a goal off and getting up and making your bed. You've already started your day in a positive light. That quickly you can change the beginning of your day. Then, as you're heading to work, you're not in a bad mood. You're in a good mood. And when you get to work, you're not in a bad mood. You're in a good mood. So guess what? You've got this good positive vibe going. So if something negative comes at your way, you just slide out the way and keep going. Because you got that good vibe going. But if you come with that negative attitude, and something negative hits you, it's just going to add fuel to that fire. Because you're already in a negative mindset. Start your day off right, and watch how the rest of your day will follow. Procrastination. Procrastination. Who in this room knows what the definition of procrastination is? What is procrastination?
Putting off something that you should be doing to do something else.
That's right. Putting off things that you should be doing. Procrastinating. So, you don't have to say it out loud. I want everybody in this room to think, what is the thing that you procrastinate on the most, that if you would stop procrastinating on it, would enhance your life? Because there's something holding everybody back in this room that they keep procrastinating on. And if you would stop procrastinating on it, you would be much, much further along down the line if you would just stop procrastinating. Right? So we'll give you two quick scenarios, right, to let you understand how to get rid of procrastination, right? So the first scenario is, someone says to you, they have a gun to the person you love the most head, and that person will no longer be there if you don't stop procrastinating. You'll stop procrastinating then, wouldn't you? Real quick, and you would get done what's been holding you back. The most important thing. Check this out. Here's a whole different scenario on the other side. Someone says to you, if you stop procrastinating, I'll give you everything you've ever wanted in your dreams. All the money, the cars, the houses, the vacations, everything. If you stop procrastinating. You stop procrastinating then too, wouldn't you? Well, those two scenarios aren't real, they're fake. But that analogy, guess what it did? It showed you a way to stop procrastinating. Because every one of you nodded your head just now that, yeah, you would have stopped procrastinating if one or two was presented to you. So why can't you stop procrastinating on your own? What's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you is you. It's a mindset. It's a change. Telling yourself you can. You will. You got this. And stop putting things off. Next week's not guaranteed. Next month's not guaranteed. How many of y'all are tired of looking in the mirror and seeing the same person they saw last year, in the same situation they saw last year, in the same financial situation they saw last year, in the same job that they was in last year, and want to move forward but aren't moving forward? Aren't y'all tired of that? Stop procrastinating. Teamwork. Teamwork. So, we'll give my analogy really quick. We're going to use a little football analogy. I know I'm probably going to get a smart comment on this one, but it's okay. The New England Patriots
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
have won 6 Super Bowls and been to 9 Super Bowls in the last decade and a half. They have not had the best teams. They have not had the best players. But what they have had is a team. From the coach, to the executives, to the players, to the training staff, no one is bigger than the team. They're all with one single team on one single accord. Every one of them, every single one of them is on the same page and pulling the same direction. You do not have players or coaches or executives on that squad pulling this way and some pulling this way. Every single one of them is pulling this way. Because when you have this person pulling that way, 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 you cannot succeed at the highest level like that. That is why year after year after year after year after year, they are right there at the thick of winning championships because they are always on the exact same page, pulling in the exact same direction. That's why the first time they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, the Rams were considered the greatest show on turf, the highest scoring offense in the history of the NFL, and they were thought to be unbeatable, and they played this team, the Patriots, with a bunch of no-name cast-offs. But the Patriots won 17-14. Because they were the best team as a group from top to bottom. They didn't have Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce and all these big superstars, but they were all together as one, as a team. So you have these other teams in the NFL, and you got these flashy players and all this, and one might get to be on the news for 5 minutes and he look cool and stuff. But guess what? Guess what's really cool? That team that came together, they get rings. That's way cooler than being on TV for 5 minutes, acting cool and flashy. All it took was committing to a team for an ultimate goal together. And everyone pulling in the same direction and not in different directions. That's what teamwork really is. A bunch of different people coming together with one agenda and one goal and working together. Because when you do that, the sky's the limit. The possibilities are endless. Because everybody in this room has an awesome skill set. Individually, it's good. But together, it's great. You have all these different ideas, all these different minds, all these different points of views. And if you could just get together and put it in the same direction, the sky's the limit. The number one goal to all of that, though, is communication. You have to communicate. You cannot have everyone on a different page. Everyone has to be on the same page. And that starts with communication. You have to talk. And sometimes that talk's not always going to be nice talk. Sometimes that talk is going to be tough talk. But that's what it takes. Be able to accept constructive criticism. Be able to take when someone calls you out on your stuff. Be able to take it and use it as motivation. I can do better. I'll show them next time I will do better. Communicate with them. Tell them, I appreciate that. I need to be called out on my stuff. I'm going to do even better next time. Communicate with each other. Talk to each other. That's what a real team is about, and communication is the key. Number 7. All right, so we've got to switch this up for a second. So when I go to do speeches, depends on where I'm hired to go. Sometimes people ask me to talk about a certain topic, and I will design my speech based on that topic that they want me to talk about. Then sometimes people just tell me, come and do your thing, Larry, and then I'll design my speech. I name every one of my speeches, and I do not write down my speeches, and I do not take notes. I mentally prepare them, and I go over them in my mind, and then when I go out there, I let it out. This is actually the very first time I have ever taken notes and written something down. And I did it today because I came here and did this speech for someone on a personal level. So let me show you something about teamwork. Let me show you something about a person, right? So the person that asked me to come here and talk to y'all, I know on a personal level. I have a few different companies and I do several different things. One of my companies is my fitness company. And I met this person, right around the time they started working here, and I've been working with them. And one thing about people is when you're at work together, you have to be kind of nice. You can't just say any old thing you want. You have to kind of toe the company line, right? Well, I see this person when none of y'all are around, And they can say anything they want about any one of y'all or about the team. They can trash off they want to. But guess what? They don't. This is what I've been hearing from this person. Larry, I really care, man. I really want these people to understand how much I care and how I want to change things there and make it better for them. And I want us to have a team and be together. And I really wish I could get everybody to understand that. And she's like, I wish that when I have to criticize someone that they can understand that I'm not coming at them personal. I'm challenging them to do better. I'm trying to get them to raise their game. And I want us to all be together. I just really wish I could get them to understand that. I know this person, man. This person is a really good person. This person has a really good heart. And this person really cares about y'all. And everything I'm saying right now is true. And when I was hearing this, I've been hearing this for a while. I said, Kelly, I think I can help you with that. Would you like for me to come out there and speak to the team? She didn't know I was going to say this part right here, but I am. And I felt like it needed to be said. That person right there in the back, she has y'all's back. And I've never heard her say a single negative word. Even on the day she's frustrated when she leaves here and it's been a bad day, she still keeps a positive mindset. Remember what I said about it starting at the top? So if it's coming from the top like that, imagine if everyone else could fall in that same mindset in that same line. So let me ask you this, guys. How many of y'all have heard of the saying, a glass half full versus a glass half empty? Okay. So I'm about to do something that I have never done in one of my speeches before. I'm about to read something that I wrote 2 days ago. And the reason that I wrote it down is because I wanted to take my time with it, and I wanted every word to really mean something and to be heard. So let me read to you just really quickly what I wrote about the glass half full versus the glass half empty. There are two ways to look at everything. One way is from a negative point of view, which will keep you in a negative mindset, and you will never be able to prosper or be happy. The other is from a grateful and thankful perspective. This way will make you feel happy, fulfilled, productive, and proud. Unfortunately, the majority chooses to look at the negative side. That doesn't mean that the 70% that looks at the negative side can't be like the 30% that looks at the positive side. But it takes a real change of the mind to flip that. You can't fake that change. It's something you really have to do from inside to consciously make the decision that you no longer want to look at things in a negative perspective, and to make that change to really start looking at everything in a positive light. Once you do this, your fortunes will change, and you will feel completely different about your life and everything in it. You will feel thankful and blessed for your life, your friendships, your relationships, your job, and everything around you, instead of always feeling negative or upset or depressed or like you don't have enough or you're never satisfied. Looking at things as a glass half full or positive will make your life feel full and enriched and beautiful. Looking at your life as a glass half empty or negative will make you feel down, unhappy, unsatisfied, depressed, and always feeling like you're undeserving or not good enough. So when I have painted this picture for you crystal clear of the difference between looking at things in a negative or a positive, which way would you choose to look at things? But yet, most people don't. They still look at it from the negative side. It's so simple. A glass of water this tall with this much water in it. Nobody can be thankful and happy that there's a glass right there, that half a glass of water sitting in it. You can do what you want with that half a glass of water. Instead, most people just unhappy, unsatisfied. I only got a half a glass. Your mindset. Erase the negative thoughts. Flip that switch. Understand that there is a glass half full right there. And watch the way your life will change. The way you appreciate things. Each day, each moment, your job, your car, your family, your clothes, your life, your food. The things you take for granted. Find what motivates you. Well, we all get motivation from different places. So, let me show you an example. There's two different ways that you can pull motivation. You can pull it from a negative side, you can pull it from a positive side. Either way, you can use it to your advantage. Something bad could have happened to you when you was a kid. Something bad could have happened to you when you was in school. You could have gone through a horrible breakup, something really bad was done to you. Whatever the case may be, you can take that pain, you can take that negative, whether it was doubters or haters, whatever, and put it together. Put it in a ball and use that as your motivation. And anytime you're struggling, if you're down and you're not feeling it, reach in and feel that pain and pull from it. And use it as your motivation. You can also take positive. Love from a parent. Love from a child. Love from a relationship. Love from life. Love from God. Whatever. Put that together. And you have this positive motivation to pull from. So in the moment when you don't feel like doing something, you can pull from that. So now you have a negative power you can pull from or a positive power you can pull from. And some people can do both. Check this out. Y'all ready for this? I pull from both. What if I told y'all that I grew up with nothing, and that the people that cared about me the most weren't there, who were supposed to care for me the most weren't there for me, and that I grew up in the street, and that I've been shot, and that I've been stabbed, that I was passed around state to state, and went through 13 homes in 1 year one time, that I was molested, that I was beaten, and that I spent 13 years in prison. What if I told y'all that? Would y'all believe that? I own 2 companies. I have my own TV show. I have a fitness company. I have my own clothing line. I travel around, stand up on stages, talking to people. Can that be true? I've been home 4.5 years. 4.5 years I've been home. And I've done everything that I wanted to do. From motivation. From finding what motivated me and pulling from it, the positive and the negative. I was 3 years into my prison sentence when my mother came to see me. I had been in a fight with 3 guys on a basketball court. And of course she could tell. And I sat in that room and I had to hear how disappointed she was in me on my birthday. Again, sitting in prison. And hear about all the potential I had and what I could have been and what could have, should have. But for the first time in my life, I heard it. And I understood it. And I made a decision that I was going to change my life from that point forward. When I went back to my cell, I wrote my mother a letter. And I told her, today, everything changes. I'm the author of my book. And I will finish the book the way I want it to be. And I will make her proud. I will make my daughters proud. And I'll fulfill all of that potential that she talked to me about. I made a decision to forgive everyone that had ever hurt me and to ask for forgiveness for everyone I ever hurt. For the next 10 years, I studied psychology. I dedicated 10 hours of my life every single day to sharpening myself. 3 hours physically and 7 hours mentally. That way when I came home, no one could be as sharp as me mentally or physically. When I came home, I noticed two drastically different things about the world. One, everybody is like this all the time now. And two, everybody is lazy. So lazy. So while everyone's going like this and being lazy, I'm using every day, every minute, every hour, every chance, every opportunity to push my goals. And I'm surpassing everybody that's had their whole lives to get right in 4.5 years. How the hell did I do that in 4.5 years? By not wasting days, by not wasting opportunities, by making a real change, by flipping that switch, starting in the mind, and by outworking everyone, and by not procrastinating, and to have goals and to set goals, and to let nothing stop me from meeting those goals. Laziness is like a cancer. Find what motivates you. I was motivated from all the pain and everything that ever happened to me. So every time I found myself in a situation where I didn't feel 100%, I reached into that fuel of motivation to the doubters, the people that doubted me and said that I couldn't do these things, that said I couldn't have my own fitness company, that said that I couldn't stand up on stage and speak to people, that said I couldn't have my own fitness line, that said I couldn't do shows in the city, that said I couldn't have my own TV show, that said I couldn't do all these things. But I didn't care because I believed in myself and I knew I could do it. So I pulled from that pain, I pulled from that negative power, I pulled from those doubters. In moments when I was working out and it hurt and my body wanted to give up, I pulled from that love. Those moments when I was sitting in prison for an extra 10 years after I decided to make a change and every single thing around me was negative, but I knew I needed to stay positive, I pulled from that love. I wanted to make my daughters proud. I wanted to make my mom proud. So I did that. And I never let myself stop training, physically or mentally. And I never let myself stop pushing for my goals. One of my goals, and you're talking about someone that had about as rough a beginning as it can be, and it's been 13 years in prison. I've tried my hardest to be the best father that I can possibly be, and I take every single chance I can to be a good father to my daughters. One of my goals was to be their hero. I was told last year that I was a hero. So, it doesn't matter where you went or where you're at. You can flip that and go where you want. Fulfilling your potential and making a real change. What does it take to fulfill your potential? What it takes to fulfill your potential is everything that we talked about to make a real change. To stop procrastinating. Stop saying you're tired. Let go of the past. Start looking at the glass half full. To reach your full potential, you have to love yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to set goals for yourself. You have to push yourself in the moments that you don't want to push yourself to unlock your potential. Because everybody in this room has the potential to be great and do great things. The only thing holding you back is you. If we can get out of our own way, the sky is the limit. Because you can do anything you want. I am living proof standing in front of you that you can do anything you want. Do you think anybody wanted to give me a job or help me in any type of way when I came home? No. I found one. I had 40 doors shut right in my face. But I found one. They liked my personality. They wanted to give me a shot. I took that one single opportunity, ran with it. And now I'm living my dream and doing every single thing I said I was going to do. Just think about that. In 4.5 years, I'm up here talking to you guys. If you change your mindset, Where could you be in 4.5 years? What could you be doing? Think about that. So you know the story. Now you know the story. You know what I was able to accomplish during that time. What could you accomplish during that time if you made those changes? See? The last part is making a real change. And that goes to everything that I was saying earlier about looking in the mirror and understanding yourself and self-checking yourself to make a real change. Because it's not about just talking about it. It's not about just thinking about it. It's not about just wanting to. It's about actually making the change, putting in the work, understanding it. See, watch this. To make a change, it starts with one step, then a second step, then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, then a sixth. Now you've got a pattern. Now it's become a habit, and eventually becomes a lifestyle. And now you're on the path to making a real change. But it all starts right here, in the mind first. Who in this room has goals? That sees themselves somewhere else, that knows that they have more potential or that they can do better than what they're doing right now? Who in this room? Raise your hand. So everybody in this room knows that they have potential to do better and that they can go further. Stop getting in your own way. Let go of the past. Start your day off right. Stop procrastinating. Believe in yourself. Start looking at the glass half full. Make a real change. And then you can accomplish all of those goals and all of those dreams and do anything you want to do. So, that is how you become the best you.